So here we go, boys. Here we are with the Sukhoi's birthday. So now we have 3 vehicles that are premium with a pretty interesting sale on them. So we're going to talk about the 3 vehicles and then some other news as well for today. So first of all, we talk about the SU7 BMK. It is selling by 6,363 Golden Eagles, which is a 30% discount. It is expensive. Yes, it is a little bit expensive. But I gotta be honest, this is one of the most standard-ish kind of vehicles you can use for a grind. And why is that? Well, the main thing here is that it is pretty much a fighter, okay? Although, yes, this vehicle, it is a kind of a frontline bomber, right? This was initially, made to be kind of an interceptor. And with that, the performance is pretty great. You have a very low BR for the performance that it has. It is one of the fastest aircrafts you can have in these BRs. You still have the 230 millimeters. Yes, it doesn't have missiles, but you kind of don't need them. You have to be careful against some missiles and stuff. You don't have flares as well. But it is a pretty good aircraft. I love this thing. I honestly, really like it. I know some people don't, but for a standard-ish kind of idea of what a grinder should be like, this is a particularly good aircraft, okay? So you tell me if it's worth it, the 6,363 Golden Eagles, but it is indeed a vehicle that, in my opinion, it is worth to get, right? It is pretty much the normal SU7, okay? The main difference here is that this is the export model. So, yeah, there isn't too many differences, in a general sense, but yeah, it's basically the exported model. We have cool skin and stuff. So yeah, let's actually see it on the hangar to show to you guys some more. So you can see we are using the Egypt, thing here, but you have other ones like, for example, the Indian one, which looks pretty cool. You have a bicolor one from the Soviet Union. You have another one from the Soviet Union that it's a little bit more like the normal ones. And then you have this one, which is kind of a, yeah, semi-historical from the Iraqi Air Force. So, yeah, so it has some cool skins. Like I said, I have this vehicle. I use it. I used to use it. Nowadays, I don't use it too much, but it is a pretty good premium. And not only you have that, but you have also the SU-11, which is an aircraft that I don't have. I played a little bit with it. I don't think it's that much worth it compared to the SU7 just because of tier, okay? Because the SU7, remember, it is a rank 6 and SU11 is a rank 5. So what that means is that if you take a look there on the stat card, you will see that the maximum efficiency for grind with the vehicle will be ranked 1 through 6, while the SU7 is rank 1 through 7. So you can even grind rank 7 with it with the maximum efficiency. So although, yes, the SU-11 is probably the best 7.3 in the game, I still believe just because of the rewards, it might be a little bit more worth to play in a higher tier. If you don't know how too much to play higher tiers and stuff, maybe go for the 7.3 here. You will see a lot of props, you will see a lot of early jets, and this thing has an enormous amount of power. 5,236 Golden Eagles, so it's not that far from the price of the SU-7. You tell me if it's worth it. In my opinion, I think the SU-7 is a little bit better just because of the research efficiency. For the aircraft itself and the easiness to actually fly, the SU-11 is better, okay? So you have a Luca, basically, engine over here that produces a lot of power. It's basically the SU-9, but a little bit more stronger, to be honest, right? And also, we have the SU-6. I don't think it's very much worth it. It is an aircraft that it's a 4.0. You will pay, of course, half the price, basically, of the other ones, or almost, less than half the price. So there's that to consider. But to be honest, in my opinion, I think it's not really worth it, just because of the maximum efficiency of research. So you will only be able to get to the rank 5, right? If you pay a little bit more, you get better stuff. But remember, I mean, it's half price of the SU-11 and even less than the SU-7, okay? So just bear that in mind. It is a pretty okay aircraft. just not my cup of tea. Then we had some bug fixes as well. For example, the bug where placing a multi-vehicle SAM in the crew slot would make the launcher be displayed nearby of another crew. That was kind of a weird bug. There was some interesting changes to CCIP, crosshairs, and stuff like that. Some bugs that were fixed there. You know, little things, guys, little things. Ray tracing got a little bit better on the trees that, you know, they would look weirder or darker, or not as darker as they should, something like that. So yeah, some minor bug fixes, nothing too crazy. Yeah, these are the news for today, guys. And I see you guys on the next one. So make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. Thank you all the patrons and members, and bye, guys.